Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're joining me from around the world. I'm Melanie from Love Like Truth, and this is the very last episode of Breakup Week for our lives that we're doing during lockdown in the UK. Thank you for joining me, either on the live or the replay. Do let me know if you're there, if you're joining in. Drop us a comment and say hello. As always, I'd just like to invite you to join me. We do quick 5 deep breaths to forget about everything that's happened in the day, just bring ourselves back to the body, back to ourselves, just to be present in the moment, and we release all of those negative energies, the stress, the anxiety that we might have picked up from our jobs, from our kids, from whatever we're doing, from what's going on at the moment. So, if you just get settled, we shut our eyes. Breathe deep right into the stomach, allowing the stomach to come out as we breathe in. When we exhale all those negative energies that no longer serve us. Two more. Final one. And even if we don't feel any anxiety, stress, any negativity running through us, you know, it's just nice just to relax the shoulders. We just feel a bit calmer from connecting back to ourselves. And with that is a really good time to then always think about our gratitude list. I always invite you to try and think of 3 things each day that we're grateful for. It's always important to think about our life and what we do have rather than what we don't, and you know, we don't want to live in a place of lack. So again, let me know, drop your answers down below. For me today, you know, it's really cold out there. You know, winter's well and truly coming, and you know, I just had a moment to myself to just really appreciate today, the fact that I do have somewhere to go home to. You know, I can walk back from the shops and know that I've got, you know, a nice house, roof over my head, the warmth, you know, I can put the central heating on, and I've got clothes, you know, and I'm grateful for all 3. I'm grateful that I can just come in and wrap up warm, and you know, not everybody in the world has that, and it's too easy to forget that sometimes. We can just take things for granted, and actually, you know, especially this time of year, for those of us that are in winter, it's very cold out there, and just simple things like having clothes and warmth, you know, I'm truly grateful that we are lucky enough to have them. So a very simple but meaningful gratitude list for me today. Yes, very, yeah, it just got to me earlier, you know, just have that moment of gratitude for what we do have in our life, and we do have plenty, and you know, compared to others, we do live in abundance. So yeah, very grateful for that. So it's Friday. How has your week been? How's your Friday been? This week has all been about healing and recovering from breakup. You know, We talked about the feelings that come up for us, the emotions, everything from anger to guilt to shame, even sometimes a sense of relief. You know, if it's been a tricky relationship, you know, you can even have that thrown in. And it's really good to allow those feelings, allow them to bubble up. They're there for a reason. They're there to be expressed, to be released. And it's really important that you don't just put a rug over them, cover them up, you know, push them down. You know, we don't want to do that. You want to let them out, have a cry, scream, you know, hit the pillows a bit, you know, whatever you need in a safe, controlled way to release those emotions. So yes, allow the emotions to come up. Then, as always, acknowledge what is coming up for you, acknowledge the feelings, acknowledge what's happened, you know, try to find some understanding in the breakup, in the relationship itself. You know, it's really good to understand why the relationship happened, whether it's a few weeks or many years. It doesn't matter how long the relationship is. You know, there's always something good to come out of it. There's always a reason why you two souls came together, to like trigger each other, to like learn life lessons, to teach each other things. And it's really important in a moment like this, when you're hurting and can't see, when you get stuck in that cycle, you know, it's really important to remember the good. You know, at one point, and hopefully more than one point, you know, there was good points in your relationship, and there was a reason for the relationship. And so it's really good to try and remember those points, and allow them to be what you remember and take away from the relationship, rather than the hurt and the pain. And once you're at that stage and you can remember those good times, you know, it's really important to forgive. It's important to forgive yourself, your ex-partner, anything that was negative, anything you felt either of you did wrong in the relationship. You know, you don't want to take that with you. If you don't forgive, the only person it's going to hurt is yourself. And so as much as that might be difficult at the moment, or you might feel it's difficult, you know, forgiveness does heal a lot of wounds, and forgiveness is one of the biggest elements of healing from a breakup. Along with that is forgiving yourself for any limiting beliefs that you had, either during the relationship or around the breakup. You know, if you, I don't know, you know, we carry so many limiting beliefs with us from our childhood, even from, it might not be from your parents directly, it might be from society as a whole, it might be from other family members, you know, they can come from anywhere. It might be the feeling, like I shared with you, you know, my limiting belief that divorce is bad, marriage is forever, you should try your hardest to work it out, you know, this limiting belief that part of me really truly did believe that I should stay in an unhappy marriage, because that, you know, marriage was for life and that was it. And obviously, you know, working on myself and having the awareness now and the realization, you know, I've cleared that, I've processed it, I understand now that that's not true, and I really, really do believe it's, you know, I would much rather be a happy divorcee than in an unhappy marriage. That's just one limiting belief. That might not be yours, but that's just an example of, you know, a belief that I held that wasn't truly mine. It was put upon me, and it was limiting me. It was limiting my life, my ability to move on. It was limiting my happiness. So once you've managed that, you know, this is all very quick. This doesn't happen over 5 days. You know, this is just a very quick snapshot. Depending on where you are in your breakup, this may or may not be of any help, some of these points, you know. But once you are in a place of forgiveness and understanding and awareness, it's really important to find you again, to know who you are as a person, to know what it is that you enjoy, what it is that makes you happy in life, and ultimately then what it is that you want in life. You know, life perhaps has changed drastically, perhaps it hasn't. Maybe you weren't together long enough that future plans weren't made, but either way, you know, you either at the moment or will be back on the singles market, and you know, you want to start looking at what is important to you, what values do you have, what are you looking for both in life and in a partner, if you so choose to search out for another partner. Yeah, you know, I remember coming out of my marriage not knowing what made me happy at all. You know, it had been so long since I put me first that it took me a while to go out and explore and find that, and it was quite liberating, you know, and it's really important to do that, important to find what makes you happy. And even more so with the current climate, I know a lot of things that people might do to make themselves happy, you know, and we can't do sports, hobbies, gym, you know, going nights out. So even more so now, it's really important to find those individual activities, those individual hobbies that we can do from home, or you know, maybe take up cycling or walking or hiking, you know. So yeah, go and enjoy life for a bit, enjoy finding what makes you tick inside, and remember that you will learn to trust again. You know, you may be in that place of, I don't ever want to date again. How can I trust people? You know, what's the point? Well, the point is, you will find love. You know, love finds you if you really want it. And in order to trust again, you have to trust yourself. You have to trust yourself that you're making the right decisions, that you're listening to and understanding your intuition and taking action on it. You know, once you trust that you have your own back to not screw things up again or walk into the same type of relationship or whatever it is, you know, as long as you trust that you've learnt your lessons from your previous relationship, and you trust that not everybody is like your ex, in whatever way, you know, that might mean to you. Once you trust that there is somebody out there who will treat you nicely, and or you'll be more compatible. Then magical things happen, and you will allow that person into your life. Even if you get into a relationship and you still have your trust wall up a little bit, that's okay. That person most likely will be a stranger, and so trust has to be earned, and that's okay. But it's important to remember that over time, slowly, those bricks need to come down, and you can do that at your own pace and at your own time. But always make your partner aware, your new partner. Make them aware if you have any underlying I don't want to say issues, but any underlying feelings that are popping up for you in a new relationship. Share them with your partner, let them know, otherwise they're just going to think that you're distant, and actually it's not. You're just taking perhaps a bit longer to settle into a relationship. Always communicate. Communication is key, but that's that's another that's another life. So yeah, if you are in that state of breakup, know that whatever stage you're at, it's okay, and there is another step. There is another stage to go. There's always something to work on. One little step at a time is fine. Just always acknowledge what is coming up for you. Allow it to be released. And at the end of the day, concentrate on you. You're the most important person. And you have to find yourself again. You have to find what turns the light on inside you. And once you've done that, then you'll be okay. So thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for joining me a week. It's been a good week. Thank you for sharing it with me. I hope some of the tips and have helped. If you do want any more advice on healing from a breakup, then do get in touch, either with me personally or over in the group Love Light Truth Community. Let us know how we can help, and we can help you get through this. It's always nice to know you're not alone. And you're not alone. There's always someone you can turn to, and even if you feel like you have nobody, you have me. Alright, I'm here for you. I'll hold your hand, and you'll be fine. You can do this, okay? Love will come round again, and this pain and hurt won't last forever. So I wish you all a wonderful evening, wonderful weekend. What do you have planned? Anything exciting with Christmas coming up? Maybe you're putting up the Christmas decorations this weekend. If you are, enjoy whatever it is that makes you have a wonderful weekend. And I will see you back here on Monday for the final few episodes of Finding Happiness During Lockdown. So until then, take care. Bye.